Sagittarius, hello. Welcome to your September 2020 reading. If you see it at a different time, it's actually fine because readings are timeless. But the focus for you is September 2020. And this is for the general sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Ascending. And we're focusing on what is the energy for you for September 2020. Okay. If it's your first time here, I'd like to welcome you. My name is Adrian. I practice holistic wellness. If you are interested in spiritual regression hypnosis, there is a link in the description that you can have a look at. It takes you to my profile. Welcome. And I hope that you will consider subscribing to the channel. I've got a reading coming up for you every week. If you're one of those beautiful souls that are supporting me every week, thank you so much for coming back. Thank you for your energy, your love, and your light. I appreciate it so much. Okay. There may be a little bit of drilling or banging or something happening at the back. If there is, I do apologize. Believe you me, I can speak louder than any drill, so I will. Okay, I wanted to wait, but I couldn't wait because otherwise I wouldn't be able to get your reading done in time. There it goes. And I didn't want to, obviously, not have a reading for you because I do have a reading for you every single week. All right, so we're going to do it a little bit differently this week to how we normally do it. So what I want to ask you is, that sort of question in your mind or in your heart or whatever it is that you're bothering you. Because I must tell you, when I was preparing for your reading, I had this very, almost like a feeling of discontentment, like something wasn't quite right. So let's see what is going on there. So what I want to ask you is, ask a question in your heart, in your mind, in your soul, that you'd really like to have an answer to, that maybe you even feel a little bit apprehensive to ask other, people. And of course, this is a general reading, so you take what resonates, claim what resonates. If you want to have a personal reading, you can have that as well. My details are down below. But maybe you have that sort of question that you don't even want to ask a stranger. So ask that question. I'm going to get you an angel answers for that card. Then you're going to use the tarot to build on that. I'm going to use the good tarot to see the energy we can focus on there, to either build on that, get you through that, whatever the guidance may be. We're going to wrap it up with an oracle card. Okay. And so sort of like a story from beginning to end. So to get the full benefit of the reading, you need to watch it from beginning to end. Okay. Right. Take action. That's what the angels are saying. Sagittarius, take action. Okay. And I know that you guys like it when a person gives it to you very straight down, come with fancy little words and stuff. So the angels are saying to you, Sagittarius, take action. Okay? It's like the claw. Saw that in a movie somewhere. Can't even remember. Alright, so you are feeling discontentment because it is time to move. It's time to move. You broke some hearts and now you want to make it up. And I'm gonna see what the rest of the reading is saying to me, but you sort of learned your lesson. Overall energy, 6 of Cups. Okay. This is going to be interesting. So 6 of Cups is your overall energy. Current situation, Wheel of Fortune, that is crossed by the 6 of Pentacles, so another 6. And 6s are obviously in tarot and like numerology even, or more like universal numbers. 6 is sort of the potential for things to become more, okay, to become better, to expand. So you're very much focusing forward. And it's almost like you get the sense of like for a lot of you, you got that focusing forward, you want to focus forward, and on the one end, you're sort of very cautious with your heart, you don't want to do it, but it's almost like you can't stop yourself. See what that is about. Okay. I know I can be very silly when I get so excited about readings, but this is going to be a good one. I could feel it when I started. The World in your recent energy. Above you is the 3 of Swords. So this is sort of like the energy that is kind of got you all. Okay. For any of you ever had a cat, you're like a cat that wants a snack. There is no way you're going to do anything else until that cat got its snack. I would now have got my beautiful baby, but it can be wild. Knight of Cups and Knight of Swords. This is a really, really interesting reading. I'm going to tell you, wow. Queen of Wands, what you can do. The Magician, what Source is letting you know. So you're sort of in that space where you can really make things work for you right now. 2 of Cups, scared of being rejected. And 5 of Swords. Right, now, let's look at this. So, some of you, you sort of looked, you sort of looked around. You were like, I got choices. I got options. I don't have to go with this. I don't have to go with that. And it's almost like, when you were done proclaiming to others and yourself, maybe, how many options you have. And then it's almost like your heart kind of came into the picture and it says, do you though? Like, do you though? Are you not just fooling yourself here? And then with the World card there in your recent past, you sort of started to see past the shadows. Now, understandably so with Sagittarius, sometimes you can kind of get pulled in a couple of different directions because you like variety and you like excitement, and you've got a genuine appreciation and a love for living. But you were like, okay, so I've done this and this and this and this and that, and I, it's this and this and this and this and that, but what do I really want? And I feel that for some of you, it almost feels like you're in that space where you're almost like, I've wasted my time a little bit, and you're very clear about what it is that you want to have now. It's just that you're not really sure if you can get it. So you like that cat that sort of, put the tip of his foot in the, sort of like in the water. It's like, do I like water? Don't I like water? That type of thing, okay? And you've sort of, you've learned from your past mistakes, especially, without meaning to do so. I feel that many of you got sort of like clarity about like hearts that you have broken, you may not have meant to do so, but it was done nonetheless. And also there was a lot of I feel that was a result of a lot of you, you might have had a perfect situation, perfect love, so perfect circumstances coming your way, but there were sort of things there at your back, almost like a sense of abandonment, that made you feel that you didn't deserve it. Now, it's not exactly like you went out there and said, okay, I'm abandoned, I feel abandoned, I don't deserve it. It's not exactly how you operated. There were other things how you would have thought, but then in your foundation, again, once you were past all the mind sort of chatter, you knew what your heart wanted, or rather your heart said to you like, I want that though, I really want that. And your mind got on board with it as well. So you started, you're starting to take action. And with the Queen of Wands there, basically in the position of what you can do, that action is, it's actually, I'm going to clarify, but it seems very good. It seems very positive, because then after that, what Source is the Magician. There's a situation there that seemed gone, done, gone, like as gone can be, It's like the ship has sailed and it's in the deep sea, and whatever, it exploded, it's gone. It's abducted by aliens, it's gone. That type of gone. Never to be returned again. And now it's back. And it's almost like you're realizing now that it was never really quite gone in the first place. Okay? Never quite gone in the first place. And you're scared of reaching out. You're nervous about it. There's a sense of, what if I get rejected? So I feel that there's a definite, some of you are really needing to be very brave, because whereas before you might have stepped away from this, it's almost like, as you're stepping away, your heart goes like, whoop, 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 whoop. Let's clarify. We're going to start with that 6 of Cups. That, it's no longer like, okay, so what am I going to do? And, like spinning a earth, sort of like those earth balls, those globes, and like, where does my pen sort of land, or where does my hand land, or going on a world map. No. You know where you want that map to be. And it's a little bit scary, because it's not really how you would, typically operate. So some of you are like, what's wrong with me? Why would I do this? You know, why would I set myself up for this, in between brackets, possible failure? There's a card here that's holding my hand. Who are you? 2 cards, okay. And this one also. So I'm going to take all 3. Who are you all? So we're clarifying the 6 of Cups, and you've got the King of Water. Those emotions, those emotions are ruling you right now, but it's positive emotions, you know. Like, we can be ruled by emotions in a negative sense of the word, but we can also be ruled by our emotions in a very positive sense of the word. And your emotions, it's like you sort of, for some of you, it's very weird because you're going like, oh, you're seeing little things that, you know, and you might even find yourself like plucking away a tear, and you're like, what's wrong with me? This is not who I am, you know. It's almost like when you are pregnant and you don't know that you're pregnant. It's like all these emotions. You're like, what's going on? But at the same time, when you really like it. And then you're seeing what are the things there with 9 of Fire, with emotions that is not in line with that, and 2 of Fire. What is it that I need to do, you know, to get where I want to get? You are focusing forward. You are focusing on your future with that person. Some genuinely serious stuff here. Especially for those of you that are single at the moment and sort of, you know, you kind of felt like you let somebody slip through your fingers. It's almost like a sense of urgency that you have, you know, and you want to kind of go in there with the whole cavalry to let them know, I want to get married, and you want to, you know, you really want to go all the way. Right, let's just draw you all the cards. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Right. So, whereas, you know, it's I feel that for some of you, the emotions were a bit lacking. You kind of found yourself in a space where for a while you were a little bit cold. You could have even felt that you lost a bit of your compassion. And you were becoming quite hard, you know, in the sense that it's not working for me. Okay, it's fine. I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to draw you one more card just for the overall energy. I'm taking the top one, which is the 3 of Air, which is again the, I was just guided to draw it, so I drew it. We took the top one, it's the 3 of Air, which is actually the 3 of Swords. So again, it is moving away from that sort of hard energy into a softer place. Okay. Right. Wheel of Fortune, Messenger of Water. You know, the heart wants what it wants, and I feel that you are just acknowledging it. You're like opening yourself to it because you found yourself a little surprised by it, but it's also the moment you do that, that whole sort of personality of who you are, for many of you, you know, that you didn't even realize that you were out of touch with yourself, and all that is coming back. You know, you're getting that excitement that maybe as a little girl, little boy used to have. It's coming back, and it's like you didn't even realize that you were. It's almost like when you. It's almost like me, really. You know, when I go into like a new city or town or something, you know, or I can just sort of walk around and not even realize that I'm lost until I'm very lost. And then I normally need to phone somebody or message somebody. So for some of you, kind of got lost there, but you got lost in a very sort of negative space over there. All right. 6 of Pentacles, clarified by the 8 of Air, you realized it. You realized it, that you were lost, and you decided to do something about it. You may be in a space where you're deciding to do something about it, but you're not. There's a definite sense of caution that you want to do something, but you're so almost, you know, highly concerned or afraid that if you do something that it can really you know, it can have such a bad impact, such a bad, like, you know, way of unfolding. But let's see what got you there. So there's the World and the 4 of Air Swords. You realize where it is that you want to be. You realize what it is that you want to have. You sort of, it's almost like you went like, oh my gosh, I made a mistake, you know. I shouldn't have done that. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Now you just want to stop a moment first, okay? Hold your horses before you completely rip yourself to pieces, and just realize that as human beings, we do the best that we know at any particular point in time. So if you made a decision in the past, at that point, that is the best decision you knew how to make. Now you know better. So as the incredible Maya Angelou said, now you can do better. All right. In your foundation, Knight of Cups, Page of Air. So you made up your mind. you pretty much made up your mind, you know, that you are going for this. You're going for love. You pretty much made up your mind. There's no sort of two ways around this. You are going for what it is that your heart desires, and the universe it's like it's clinking a glass of champagne at you, and it's like you go do that. Okay. Um, it's like it's scary, but it also feels very freeing at the same time. And a lot of you're having these emotions all over the place, and you're like, what's going on? You know, you're sort of giggling and you're smiling at yourself, and you like, you may be walking past like a piece of glass, and you look at it and you see that you are smiling, and you've got like a skip in your step, and you're like, WTF? You know, what's going on with me? And with the Empress there above you, the energy, the Three of Swords, yeah, those the Empress is reminding you that you don't have to make the same mistake twice. So it's almost like saying to you, know what, you need to be a little bit kinder to yourself here. You know, you don't have to be so afraid that you make the same mistake now. You are a different person to that person that you were back then. And going forward, the Two of Air, clarifying the Knight of Swords. You made the decision, you're sticking to your decision. So this is not so much a space of do I, don't I. You already decided that you're going to do it. You're already moving forward with it. Life is on board for you. As the angel said, take action. All right, take that action. Let's see what we have. Because here with the Queen of Fire, or Wands rather, sorry, the Queen of Wands, which is fire in this deck that I'm working with, the Good Tarot. It's like, you know, come on, baby, light my fire. Ooh, ooh, you're so in love. Queen of Wands and the Emperor. So interestingly enough, it is by sort of, I wouldn't say buying into the emotion, but opening the void sort of to the emotion that you were trying to, you know, to be so strong and to be so bold from, that it's actually when you allow that to flow, when you allow that energy to flow, that that things, in a sense, that's how you went into your more sort of bold, true you know. Because I feel for a lot of you didn't want to feel the emotions because in a sense you thought it's making you almost like weak, like it could mess with your head and mess with your mind, and maybe that's what you needed at the time, but now not so much anymore. The Magician, message from Source, is clarified there by the King of Earth. You want to pretty much build a life with them. I mean, it's not exactly vague. You know. And it's always interesting for me when I do readings, you know. It depends on the sign that I'm reading, and even if I do a personal reading, I may not know you. You know, I don't really go and ask you, like, you know, all those type of personal questions. I just say, okay, let's do the reading for you. But if it's, for example, if I read for a Gemini, I pick up a very different energy than, you know, between, say, maybe Gemini, Cancer, Sagittarius. It's just the cards speak to me differently. The energy speaks to me differently because I pick up on your energy. All right. So Queen of Water with the Two of Cups. Come on, man. It's coming together. It's coming together. You know? Five of Swords there, and that letting go, it's bringing it more and more and more together. It's a beautiful new start. As I said, you thought it was lost. You thought it was gone. You thought it was gone. And now it's back, almost as if it was never gone. It was just sort of in the back there laying dormant. So, fantastic. Wonderful. Just going to draw you an Oracle card. Okay, so thank you so much for your time, energy, love, and light. I'm going to end up for you with an Oracle card, which says, Voyage of the Heart. Love flows through you and to you. What does it say? They want you to. Okay, or at least they'll be definitely open to the conversation. Where you feel maybe they would not, they definitely open to the conversation. And I don't know why I keep on drawing top cards for you, but I was drawn again to do that for you, and I did. And it says, get more information. Speak. You need to say something. Okay? you need to reach out, because I don't think that they're going to reach out. So fantastic. Thank you so much, beautiful Sagittarius. Enjoy your September reading. Have a beautiful month, my beautiful people. I wish you all beauty, love, and light. And remember, if you want to, you're more than welcome to subscribe to the channel. There's a weekly reading for you. You can have a personal reading. Check out my link below for my spiritual regression hypnosis. And if you want to have any sort of graphic design done or social media management is done. My work is done by my beautiful best friend, who's an incredible graphic designer, an incredible social media manager. I mean, all you need to do is look at my thumbnails and you see how pretty they are, except for the funny ones. Those are normally made by me, because I'm not as good as she is. But if you're interested in that, look down below in the description. It says AC Digital Marketing Solutions. Goodbye.